take away the thing here. And I need my coffee. Gonna see if someone turns up. It's Sunday. Summertime has started in Sweden. So I can pretend that I actually slept longer, even if I didn't. But it goes crazy. The most clocks nowadays are moving automatically because they're digital and connected with everything. So they change. But then you still have some clocks. So I'm gonna have to change in my car too when I go next time to my car. I'm gonna see if someone turns up. I don't know. We have to see. Like I said, it's spontaneous. And we're taking some coffee. But do you like my mug? I did buy this one on a sci-fi thing in Gothenburg. But they haven't had it for a while, so I haven't been able to go there. And I think they have moved it to both Malmö, Helsingborg, and Jönköping and Stockholm. I haven't seen it in Gothenburg for a while. So I can see that at least someone is watching, but hello Gary, how are you? Favorite sport teams those 2 days ago. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't have any favorite sport teams, or I don't watch that much sport, and even when I was younger I preferred to play the sports myself, not watch them directly. And I was very busy with doing my own sports instead, so I didn't have time to watch it actually. What are you up to today? I'm gonna see if someone turns up. I was first thinking that I should fix one of my hair falls. The rubber bands in it start to crack, so it goes in pieces. So I'm gonna need to fix my bubble braids hair falls. So I bought some new things to secure everything with, but I need to take away the old ones and maybe have to fix the braids itself if they go bonkers. Hello Tia, how are you? It's Sunday morning here, around 10 o'clock. So, and of course we had the summertime change till today, so I can pretend I slept longer, even if I didn't. Hello Corey, hello Dizzy, how are you? Well, it's nice to see so many. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stay because it's just spontaneous. Trevor is doing his models, but I think he's in the middle of drying and just painted. So that's good, it's good. And what are everybody up to today? Because I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. And usually we eat earlier on Sundays, the big lunch. So I can't do much in the same time I usually do during Saturdays. But it is, I know I'm only working 4 days this week, and it's gonna be a long weekend next with 4 days off. So that's gonna be nice. How old are you? I'm gonna be 58. I'm gonna be 58. Pretty good. Hope you're doing the same. It's going upside down for the moment. I have some issues with my belly. I don't know if they're connected with all the stress about not getting a new job yet. But I try to apply for new ones. But I have noticed that my age is the case that they want to take the people that are maximum 40 years old. So, hello, Bloody Ritual. I'm doing okay. A little battered right now, but the mood goes ups and down, and you know why. And good morning, Connie. How are you? And I hope everyone have a good time. I don't know if everybody have changed the time to summertime now. I think people in US already have done it earlier this month, but in Sweden and some of the countries around here we changed till today. So now is summertime, even if we don't feel like summer or spring or something. You start to see some of the flowers coming up now, like crocus and snowdrops, but I don't see much more. I haven't seen the other ones yet. Oh, thank you very much, and nice to see you all join here too, because it's always nice, and because I never directly plan my things, so I never know who's gonna show up and all the time zones and difference with that type of things. So it's hard to please everyone, especially when I need to be awake too. And I work the other days, often Monday to Friday, at least still till last November. I know I have a work, but after that I still don't know, and that stressed me out because it's so hard nowadays. And to apply for a job takes so long time. It's all the tests you're gonna do, and you're still not gonna be able to maybe come to an interview because you didn't tick the boxes for the answers there. And I don't even know what some of the answers really have to do with the work I'm applying for, because it's ridiculous sometimes. They don't really fit the person I am, and still you have to choose which fits you best. So I think, who decided this should be the good questions? And of course, today is gonna be a new video up on my channel, and we're actually going to a graveyard and church close to where I live. And it was the first time I went there, and I was surprised. But you will see more tonight, and it's a long video. It's 45 minutes long, so if you're gonna watch that one, bring some drink and bring something to snack on, because else it's gonna take a long time. You live near Malmö? No, not really, because it's at least 40 miles, 40 Swedish miles. And for Americans, they use another type of mile. A Swedish mile is 10 kilometers, so I'm far away. Yeah, and I love graveyards too. Always done since I was a kid, but we didn't live that close to directly to anyone. But when I visit my granny that lived in Haparanda in northern part of Sweden, where my dad was from, so that was not far away from the graveyard and the church there. So I was always sneaking over there and played and was reading on the stones and studied them and thought they were beautiful. How old are you? Sorry for that. It's no secret. I'm gonna be 58 this year, so. And lifestyles and that have nothing to do with age. It's just the person you are. Ah, enjoy your Sunday too, Connie. Hello, Cookie. How are you? It's really sweet to see so many turn up today. So yeah, I didn't do much. I put on a dress today, but I didn't put on that much jewelry either, accessories, just a belt. I already have a little spider here, and I think this came with something. I'm not sure if I got it from. Either it came with the Gothic Beauty magazine box, or I got it from Jane Wilkes here on YouTube. I'm not sure, because sometimes all the different gifts mix up. So. And hello, I can't pronounce that. And hello, Countess, how are you? I hope your neighbor have been nicer, so at least you can be able to sleep a little more. At least I don't have that problem where I live. It's more that if they go with motorcycles or bikes or cars with high music, so especially when it comes to summertime, it's been a disaster. You can't have the windows open and everything, because you're gonna be disturbed by that instead. So. But right now it's calm, and our neighbors are much older people. We have some younger, but very rare with younger in this house. And even on the other side, that is another number. There are only older people in that part. So it's no direct disturbance. And they can think we are the youngsters, but everybody knows how old I am. So I'm not really a youngster either. So. Ah, sorry to hear that, Countess. Can't I do anything about it? Because I should go crazy with that type of neighbor, especially when he can be violent and everything like that and threat people. Hello again. I can't read your thing because I don't know those letters. It's another language, so sorry. I speak either Swedish or English, so, and a little bit German. I still be able to speak, because I don't remember much. I was reading that for 6 years in school, but when you don't use the German language, it's very hard to remember everything, especially when it comes to the grammar, and you need to listen to the whole sentence to even understand what they're saying, because the last bit of a sentence can change what it means completely. So can you talk other languages to the people that are in the chat, or are you just speaking the language you have? I called the front desk. They tried to talk him, but he is so ignorant because of whatever he took. They couldn't do much but joke with him instead of telling him to go to bed. I think that's bad. There should be something that they could do, or someone that at least could come and take him to a place till he calms down, and maybe even try him to get off those drugs he's using, because it can't be good for not anyone in that house, especially the neighbors and everything. And it could be dangerous, because you never know how drugs affect the person. And for people maybe didn't see my mug, this is my cinnamon. mug with a face hugger. So one of my favorite movies, Alien. So, and I was watching a picture for some days ago about the cast from the first Alien, and they show how people have aged, at least those that are still alive. And I could say that Signori viewer, she looks really good for her age, and I wish that I'm gonna age the same. Thank you very much, Countess. I haven't watched your Tafter video. I haven't had much time because I had done all the preparation for this week with the cooking my food and everything, and I'm not liking that type of thing, but I have to do that, and I don't have energy to do it when I come back from work during the week. Long time no text, Century. Oh, yeah, Gary is here too. For people that don't know Gary and sometimes think the message is strange, YouTubers that know Gary know that type of messages, and it's a person from New Zealand, so no worries. We got a funny comment today from the video. Someone thought the Taffy video was real. Yeah, but sometimes with those AI nowadays, it's really hard to tell, and if you're not very focused on something or what it's all about, so, and if you look how people are nowadays without any brain too, so you can see that they can fool anyone in that type of case very easily. Just go to the comments. And I'm sometimes angry that, especially when you go to Instagram and see all the reels over there, and there's so many AI nowadays that is not even true, but they look so real. And they don't put any tag that it's actually AI. And I think that is not okay, because the information that is gathering on internet, especially when it comes to those AI bots and everything like that, ChatGPT and whatever they call, they're gonna be, in the end, they're gonna be the truth of information, and they can be built on fake truth too. So, you know, you're gonna end up that everyone gonna be like, you know, the carrot man in the top of US for the moment, not much brain, but still have those brainwashed people that follow that person. I can't understand that. And the world goes mad now. Everything goes even more expensive. And I don't know how it's gonna go with fuel and that type of things too, because the rent is gonna go higher and everything gonna be more expensive. And it doesn't matter what they do to cooperate against that when there are nothing to get, because it's stuck in that area in the world because someone decided to start a war, even if they wanted the peace prize. What a hypocrite. Är du svensk? Are you Swedish? Ja, jag är svensk. Yes, I'm Swedish. And I prefer to speak in English because the most of my followers are from other countries than Sweden. Petroleum, yeah. I have to agree that was all candy advertisement where this resolution earlier happened with AI and green screen, so it looked like she was living in the present day at time of ad. Yeah, and the danger is they can even take fact from different people and put them together. And there are lots of accounts nowadays that are proper AI, but people don't understand that they follow an AI. They think it's a real person, and I don't understand that people don't see this fake type of thing. And they even show how they could fake news and don't even use a proper reporter in front of everyone on the TV or whatever you check the news on. And it's an AI figure, and they can then do whatever they want for type of history to just get people in that type of mindset too, so they can fool you. No, I'm not single. My Trevor is in another room for the moment because he playing music loud and do his things too, because we have open solution in the flat, and I just wanted to jump on and do a little live because I don't have that much plans to do when we're gonna eat earlier, and I'm not sure I want to always go around in shops, especially when I'm not gonna buy directly anything. Of course, it could be fun to go to some of the shops and see if they got something new for springtime, but it's not directly exciting stuff for YouTube, at least if you're on a golf channel. So I don't have that type of fancy things I can show. So, but I should want more that type of stuff too. But we don't have that many that type of shops that where you can find something, at least not during this time of year. So we have to come much closer to Halloween, and then it starts to get interesting. So Someone is interested by Mustafa. Oh dear. Yeah, but they should do something. And I think if that had happened over here, that person by now should be kicked out. It doesn't matter because I was reading about uh, woman's that the mom was addicted with mental health issues since many years back, and she was outgoing, what we call it, and that means that you can be violent and that type of things, and it end up even if she was on that type of places that should take care about this type of people, they kicked her out too, so she's homeless now. So this girl was worried about the status of her mom because no one is looking after her and no one knows even where she is. And with her addictions and everything like that, it could be a main problem too. And she not even know if the mom is still alive sometimes because it can go a long time before she hears something. So in Sweden, you can't act as you want. You need still to do your part even in that type of places. A bloody ritual. Is it true that in Sweden you have kräftskiva parties where everyone wears funny paper, has moon lanterns, and sings special songs? It sounds like a joyful and surreal tradition. Yes, in August they have this tradition. I hate that type of food. I don't eat seafood at all, and there's different reasons behind it because I used to eat seafood when I was a kid, but I had a granny close to a place, and when she served food, it was mainly something that was with fish or that type of thing. So in the end, I started to not be able to eat it. I feel sick and I can't even smell it sometimes. But we have that type of traditions. We have other type of years too. We have midsummer feast too, when we have similar type of tradition with parties too. But kräftskiva that you are thinking of is in August. Mustafa wants American citizenship. Yeah, then he have to go to American channel too, because I'm not even close to America, but I don't even know why you should want to have an American citizenship right now, because US is not a safe place to be, especially not with a name like Mustafa, I should guess, because then you got ICE. But the most interesting thing is when I watch ICE, especially when they show now ICE from the airports, that should help the security people there, and you see what color they have on the skin. It's actually a lot of black people and Spanish heritage backgrounds that is ICE. And I can't understand that. How can they do what they do to people of their own? They said that white people can be racist and that type of things, but this make it even worse. There is actually people from their own background that do those terrible things against their own. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. So I don't understand what's going on in US for the moment, and I shouldn't even dare to go there too because I'm not an American citizen. Even if he has said he wants people from Sweden, he wants people from Norway and that type of things. But people from Sweden and Norway don't want to move over there, at least not now, because we're not that stupid. And I shouldn't want to have that type of condition when it comes to the healthcare system too. Here, it don't cost hardly anything compared with US. And if you want a family too, for an example, and you're gonna give a child birth on a hospital, they're gonna ruin your financial state completely because that's expensive over there. I don't think people here even think that that should cost because we don't pay that much directly here. It's included in the taxes we pay when we work. Hmm. No, I shouldn't really want to apply for that either. But I should want to go to US one day. But I guess it's gonna have to wait for a very long time, especially when I'm very open-minded on the internet with my thoughts about everything too. So I guess I should be blocked totally. I shouldn't even be allowed to enter the borders. Um, yeah, all people are. It doesn't matter what skin color you are, and you don't even know the background. Even if you have another type of skin color, you have like, take a look. I have Mexican friends or with Mexican heritage. There are even racist inside those. And my friend said because she's a very light-skinned Mexican heritage, and the dark skin think that she is like the white people, but she's still Mexican background. So I don't get it. it's not your skin color or your eye color that should decide anything. It should be that if you're a kind person or not. And everyone can be kind. It don't cost anything. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao. So what are everyone up to today then? So uh, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do more. I'm probably gonna watch something. And yesterday we saw Scream 7. I shouldn't say that I'm not that impressed of it, but if you don't have anything to watch and you like Scream and those movies, it's okay to watch at least. So it's not that you've wasted your time completely, but it's not like something I should put on top 10 or something. Um, First thing I would love to do if you star and everyone come here is to show the fun golf shop. It has a strange name called New York Exchange, but it's all fun golf stuff. That sounds amazing, Contest, and I never say no to the golf shop. You know that. We don't have any left in this time. It disappeared somewhere in the 2000s. But we used to have one, and that was fun during that time. We'd even have a golf club at least some days during a month. But now we only have at least one I can recommend in Gothenburg. There is another one too, but I shouldn't call it a golf shop. But the one I should call a golf shop is not just for golf, it's for everyone that do, even metal heads, punk heads, burlesque people, and sometimes even some fetish people are looking in there because you know the belts and the chokers and all that type of stuff too. So and shoes, demonia shoes. Do you think it's okay to run into a gas station with jihad on while yelling that all 7-Eleven employees are secretly reptilians? I don't want to discuss that type of things. I don't think it doesn't matter what type of background you have. If you do stupid things, and that means that including that other people risk to die or be harmed, it doesn't matter what you wear and what you are. That's my answer. It doesn't matter. So don't come with that type of shit to my channel. Then you can go. And I can kind of even ask counters to take you away and block you for the moment. So, because I don't deal with that type of messages. I think people should be nice and show respect, no matter background, no matter religion, no matter what. We are the same type of things inside. We all bleed red. We all gonna lose out with something, or this person, or a family member, whatever. I don't agree with that type of violence at all. And yeah, people that know me know that comments is not okay. I'm thinking, I guess there were contests now, so. Are you albino? No, I'm not an albino, and you should know that if you've looked at how I look like. I am not that pale, even if I'm pale. I don't have that pale eyes, even if I can have very, very spooky eyes in sunshine, because my eyes is changing off the light. But I definitely don't have white hair, even if I can go very white in summer times if I should be out a lot. So, no, I'm not an albino. He'd been banished to the dungeon dimension. That's cool, Countess. I could count with you in that one too, because I don't agree with that thing. It should be a safe place on my channel, and no matter the background and everything, as long as you're nice to others and show respect, you're welcome. And don't say stupid things, because we don't agree with that type of behavior. Hello, Polywog. Bloody Ritual. Is it true that Swedes recognize their own by the lamps in the windows? And is there an unwritten rule never to turn them off? Sorry if this question is much right now. I don't think I even know what it meant by the lamps in the windows, because I never heard that. So it must be something else, or maybe some other part of Sweden. I don't know. But the lamps in the windows, no, I don't know that, because if people have lamps on, it doesn't matter if they are Sweden or not, because as long know that Sweden have a lot of different people living here. There's a lot of immigrants too. So, and I'm not completely Swede myself. I am a mix. So Countess. I was planning to make white chicken chili today since I'm still up, made it all, and it's very nice. It's cold tonight, so it's a nice snack. It sounds very nice. I do like tasty, strong food, especially Asian food, and I like food from Greek and Greece and from Turkey, for an example, to that type of cooking too. So, oh, thank you very much. But it's just in this light for the moment. But if you see my eyes in complete daylight, now it's a little dull outside before the sun maybe break through the clouds again, but you could tell that I have a light blue, the most of the ones, but the outer part is a dark blue ring before the white starts. And when I go angry or something, it can go very dark. Depending on the light, my eyes can move towards the more gray look, and in very sharp, strong sunlight, it goes spooky blue, ghosty blue, like Trevor says. So it depends on the light. Right now they look more gray blue for the moment in this type of light, but it can change. Yeah, they look gray, but they are not really gray. It's my eyes that do that type of changing after how the light is for the moment. And but did you know the interesting fact that all people with blue eyes have the exactly same ancestor in the background? So all people that have blue eyes have the same gene to get blue eyes. That is interesting. So even if it's many people in my part of the world that have blue eyes, so blue eyes is not that common when it comes to other parts of the world. So, but it was very interesting to hear about that we have exactly the same ancestor from start that gave us the blue eyes. And they say that the blue eyes is better in the darkness, and I can agree about that because I don't like very strong light because it hurts my eyes, and I just want to close them because it's so strong. So I shouldn't need to wear sunglasses much more than I do, really, but I don't. If you know what I mean. So this is something people want to talk about. I'm not gonna tell so much about the video. I have done a video for next week when I talk a little about my baby bat years till now and little how it was back then. Not completely down into details, but I hope that was a fun thing. And it was actually John, the health anarchist, that asked me if I could do that. So I thought, okay, I do that because I can't do a lot of hauls and that type of things when I need to hold my money now, when I don't know so much about if I'm gonna get a new job before December. I like those turquoise, blue-green mixed ones. Those Central Asians have such a gorgeous eye color. I think many eye colors are cool, really. So it doesn't matter what color they really are, but I understand that we always have something we like more than others. But I think it still depends on which person they are, because an eye color can pop on some people too, especially if you know them and know how their inside is and everything like that. So they can make even a bigger change and how they look at the world and that type of things with their eyes. So yeah. So it's not always. When I was young, I wanted always to have green eyes for some reason. But I think it was because I was reading those books about a girl that was named Angelique. And she had blonde hair and those green eyes. And she was out on different adventures. And I think it was sometimes before Victorian age and that type of things. Think more about Versailles and that type of times because it was moving around in France. So that was wondering for me to have green eyes. But I guess we are never satisfied with the thing we have. So, but I also have a little different shape of my eyes compared with some people in my part because I have that heritage. So I am Swedish, I am Finnish, I'm German, and I'm Sami. And Sami is a native people that is living in the northern part of Norway, Sweden, Finland, and in northern part of Russia. So they are herding reindeers and that type of things too, and they live with the nature. So it's a little like the Native Americans, but in this area of the world. So, and I think that's changed too because you have some creases that I have read that you got to protect your eyes from wind and that type of things too. And that can make sometimes goth makeup a little hard to apply too, because you need to find your way to make it look in a certain way so it don't look like it's bumpy, because the creases can make a straight line very hard to do. And when I watch some youngsters that have those perfect eyes, they can put on a perfect goth makeup, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, I wish I could take my eyeliner and do it that easy too, because it looks so easy when you just draw the line and it's simple there. And I need to justify with the different creases I have. So my eyes is more like some normal people, especially from the Asian parts too. Så bloody riddle. In Swedish now. Du har en sällsynt känsla för stil. Det är verkligen inspirerande att se något som uttrycker sig så modigt och vackert. You have a rare feeling for style, and you're really inspiring to see someone that express in a beautiful and with courage. I guess you could translate it. And thank you very much. It was nice of you to write that. What's the last one? Sorry, the word with S. I'm not sure which S word you're talking about right now. What's the last one? Sorry. I'm not sure which word you're talking about. Oh, Sami. What's that the word mean? Native people from Sweden, Norway, Finland, and northern Russia. The herding people. Some are fisher and that type of living in nature too, but nowadays they have to do like Native Americans do to adapt to the people that took over the country and try to even force them to be the same. So it's the same over here too. They fight for the rights too. They have those different rights, how the life should be, but they are treated very badly still, and it's still big companies that try to take over their lands and everything like that to gain money for just a short time and destroy the nature at the same time. And I think it's ridiculous that everything is about money, and we don't even want to think about the nature or the world, and that it should still stay for other generations that is coming. Or maybe we are gonna kill this world, I don't know. I'm going to try the method as a Nightmare used to get a sharp eyeliner. Never tried it before. I think it was her video I saw her do a sharp clean line. Yeah, but it's so much, even when people say they have hooded eyes, they have different type of hooded eyes. And some people, I think, for me, it don't feel like a hooded eyes because they have more deep eyes, if you know what I mean. But they can have a little bit of hood still. But I have hooded eyes, and I have that type of things. And some days even more, because my eyes is reacting on if I have too much pain in my eyes when I walk up too. So they can get swollen, and then, you know, the skin is not following directly. How do you spell it, lol? Never heard that word. Sami. Sami. 4 letters. Oh yes, the Google native people in Nordic countries, and you should probably see it. And the colors is green, blue, red, and yellow in the flag for Sami people. And they have different languages too, so the Sami people is not talking the same. It's like the Native Americans. You have different people in those too, so they don't speak the same languages. It depends on where from. Even inside Sweden, in northern parts of Sweden, they have different type of Sami language too. Yeah, Sami. That's correct. So I have that from my dad's mother's side, but that bit is like a black hole in the history tree, in the family tree, because we don't know much about it, and that's because how they were treated when she was a kid. So she decided to hide apart to be accepted and not have to live through this terror that people could do with the Sami people, even back then. Same, I have hooded eyes too. I'm glad to have found sunset makeup because my eyes are so hooded it rubs off eyelids when I blink. Yeah, and this is this thought. It doesn't matter what you use for primer or something, it ends up whatever. You need to find the right type of makeup too that works for your eyes. And it's even with some eyeshadows, it's never gonna work. So I'm happy that when I found those that works for my eyes. So It's bad enough that I can have very rainy eyes some days, especially when it comes to winter time because I react on the weather. I had used to have cold asthma before, but it's changed since I lost the weight and everything. So it tends to go over. So it's more like a hay fever type of behavior with the nose and my eyes instead. So it's very strange, but I still react on the same thing. So it's hard. And when you have those creases, you don't always see them on the camera, and it's hard to show them. But you have like those things that comes, and it goes like a skin bit that goes over that, but you can't see that crease because it's built in the same way. On some Asian people, you can actually see it more obviously, but on me it's hard to show. It's only if you've been here and I'm gonna take and do this line even here. I need to do it like small bends on it to make it look like it's just a straight line that way. So, hello Adam. Nice to see you. Goth hugs back. How is Canada? I tried eyelid tape once. It raised the lid to remove the hooding eye and the tape dissolves when you wash, but it gets very expensive. It was only one-time thing for me, but it gave me... I have tried something similar too, but I never liked it, and I didn't think the makeup really was setting that good in it either, but it can depend on which type you use. But I was thinking, no, that was not for me. It was too much hassle, so I skipped that bit. I was thinking, okay, I look how I look, and I just need to find my way. And because I don't do that much extreme looks all the time anyway, so I prefer a more settled, little more like people were more in the 90s maybe, and some in the 80s too. And we didn't have all the fancy things back then either, so we used what we have, and not everybody did all the lines and that type of things. Don't take me wrong, I love the new modern Eldergoth type too. I call them the modern Eldergoth, not Eldergoth. Eldergoth for me is how we look like back in the 80s more. But modern is when you have all those very creative and very sharp lines and that type of things. So it's beautiful on the right person, but my face is looking way too nice, can I say that? So I don't think I get really that type of effect that I want to. You should have a little more bitchy type of face to get a really cool effect on it, I think. And it's amazing to see how much people actually are changing when they put on some makeup too, especially when they go to that, because when they don't have anything on, so they look so completely different. Hello Jenny, how are you? Just lucky to have access to too many things nowadays and access to them. Yeah, I agree that, and it's so much more different compared back then. And I think that's why I usually use the same techniques I had back then. When I don't have all the things, I use the things I have. And it's like when people buy all the different type of things. I say, why buy everything? Because if you have, for an example, a very big eyeshadow palette with a lot of different colors, and you're gonna do an eye makeup, use that as a blusher to the color to match everything. If you're still going for an extreme look, it doesn't matter if you have a purple or blue blusher, for an example. And it's the same. If you have a base on your lips and want to do something special with it, tap with some eyeshadow on it to change it. So you don't need that much really. And if you have some type of other things, you can buy, now I forgot the name of them, but it's a liquid you can use. So you take some bit of your eyeshadow, mix it with this liquid, and then you just use a very tiny brush, and then you can have colored eyeliner too. So you don't really have to buy everything. So that's good to hear. I saw a little bit from your live yesterday when you saw the dancers, when you went on that thing yesterday. Oh my god. And I think I've seen something similar on other type of steampunk things too. Because I guess this was a steampunk thing you went to. And the Goth families welcome each other. That's nice. And I'm gonna drink my coffee. If you missed this, my coffee mug for the day. Oh, the primer. I think I remember now. Duraline is the one I use. There are of course other ones too. And Duraline also make it waterproof. So it's good to know that if you need to have a little more protected and that type of thing. So just mix in a little bit eyeshadow with it. Not in the eyeshadow itself, because then you ruin it. But you take like a little bit of the eyeshadow and take it on something you can mix it on. and then use a small pencil and then draw like you usually do with your eyeliner, for an example. Ah, nice. No, it's not a primer, it's a liquid, and the one I use is Duraline. I think it's other type of brands too, but I think they use it when you need to have a waterproof makeup. You can use it as a base too for eyeshadow too, I guess, if you need to do that. But I think it's when you work in that type of effect type of makeup, so it needs to be there. Maybe even the swimmer that do acrobat swimming, you know, they have a lot of makeup, but they can't use proper makeup, of course, because they are in the pool and doing acrobatics. So two-step mascara. I used just an ordinary. For the moment, I use one from Barry M. That is a UK brand that is vegan based too. If I do an intense eyeliner on the inner half of the lid, my father's side of ethnicity shows, and my Asian half is more visible when I do that. Yeah, that's the problem when we have so much different backgrounds and with the heritage too. And I have mine that is both from Finland and from the Sami bit that shows up very obviously in many cases. And sometimes people have asked me if I'm from Iceland too, for some reason. When I was younger and had dark hair, they thought I was related to people like Björk, you know, the singer. And please don't forget to like and subscribe if the creator has truly become a dear and close friend to you. And if there are any texts, please just leave. Thank you, Bloody Riddle. Yeah, I agree with that. If you are toxic and you can't show respect and be nice to others, so this is not the right channel. Everyone should feel safe here because that's the person I am. I want people to feel safe, and that's why I also been part of gathering money towards the Sophie Lancaster Foundation in UK, even if I'm not living in UK. So I even been in a calendar for that type of project too, to gathering money to the project. So that was very nice when I got that off that request that do you want to be one in those calendars? And I didn't believe my ears when I got that question. And thinking, oh my God, little me from Sweden. Yeah, this is. I think people should not be bully others. They don't know what happens behind the scene and everything like that. They don't even know the person, and to just sit there hidden with your key and just pretend that you can say whatever you want. That is rude, and that shows lack of respect. I can never respect that type of person. And if you met me eye to eye, you should really know that too. So I love the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. I can't believe that her mom is on the other side too. Yeah, Sylvia have been dead for a while now, but I think she did create a very good memorial of her daughter after this terrible thing that happens to her and her boyfriend, and the legacy of it. And sorry, the light goes forward because now it's full sunlight. So I don't know if it's gonna disappear. It's that type of day. Everything goes forwards, backwards, and I can't suddenly see it because it's gone. Bright light, bright light. Lucky I'm not a Mogwai or a gremlin. So, and now it's coming back again. Oh dear. And I'm sitting by the window, so that's why it goes that. So I try to read what it says now. She absolutely did. I respect her for that. I believe she died in 2021. I don't remember which year, but I do know that her health started to go deep, and she even ended up in a wheelchair and that type of thing. But she still was the force that created this movement too, and it still goes on. And I think that's great that they do this work because we need it, especially in times like this, and when the world is changing in a very, very sad way. And I don't even understand that we can think that we can separate different people in that type of way, and that money, depending on if you are lucky to be born a very rich person, you don't even care what happens with the others, and you don't even show respect for other people's. Not even for the people that work in the emergency team on the hospital, for example, you don't show any respect for them either, and they do a very good job. And then you have politicians that think they earn all the type of money for everything, and they don't even care about you. I think it's wrong. I think everybody should have the right to have at least a good life and have show have respect back to them and be able to be who they are, as long as they don't harm others or that type of things. Goth hermit. Yeah, nowadays the most goths seem to be hermits if you don't live close to a place with a lot of goths and goth clubs and that type of things, but we don't have it. So I feel like an outcast most of the time, and sometimes I prefer to be just home because it feels like how this world go anyway. So it's so mad, and you don't even know what's gonna happen. And today, when the violence goes down in the ages, there are people that not even 10 years old now that go around and shoot others. Can you understand it? Not even 10 years old. It's terrible. And everything starts with that they want all the money, they want that thing, and they be fooled by these older people that know that if they can let the youngster do those things for them, because then they can get away with it. But they just promise them some little more money or maybe a very expensive jacket or whatever. Can you go and do this? I don't understand this world. It's gone mad, really mad. Also, I'm happy that I remember for this island. I love learning Swedish, but I keep forgetting the words. Yeah, and it could be a very hard word for people that is only speaking English, because it's a letter that the most don't have, because we have like this O with 2 dots. We haven't even have letters that have like a ring over. If you take an A for an example and put a ring over it, it's gonna be Å, and Å can be river in Swedish. So if someone say, do you want to go and fish? We go to that river. Vill du gå och fiska? Vi går till ån. Å, river. I don't understand it either. An ex-friend of mine praised his country when they legalized people to shoot people if they are publicly intoxicated or suspected of using drugs. Yeah, I don't understand how everything goes wrong now. And if you're gonna get those type of crimes away, you need to do something before. And the most, especially when you talk about kids over here, is much things that disappear. When I was a kid, I'm very happy to be from that generation I am. That could be in the 70s and 80s, a real kid. I was playing outside. We didn't have internet. We didn't have mobile phones and that type of things. We were out. We were playing around outside. We were out in the nature. We created our own stuff, built things, and had fun. And if we hit our knees or something, we couldn't run home and cry and say, oh, I hurt myself. Because then just the parents going to say, oh, but you still survived. Wasn't that bad, was it? You learned next time. Don't do that, and it's not going to hurt. So we were raised that type of way. And nowadays you can't even let a kid go out because either don't have a place to go or it's not safe. I can say the umlaut, but my accent is more Turkish. Yeah, I guess it's your heritage there, Adam. So I guess. And then we have the letter that is an A with 2 dots. They're gonna be air. So if you think about the sound that you can hear from lamps and sheeps, we should say bear, bear. That is what we say. Of the sun is a B and this letter A with an A with 2 dots. So bear. Yeah, and we had to learn the lesson very well when we were kids. So it was not just if you fall or something or did a game or something where you hit yourself. They just said, at least you now learn, don't do that again. Then it's not gonna hurt. But if you continue to do that way, it's your own fault. Before I ended the friendship with him, he wanted to take me to see his country and declined because I don't want to go to somewhere that legalizes shooting people. If I shouldn't want to go there either, because it's always a big risk that someone innocent comes in between too. So you don't even have to be the target. It's like the same when it comes to the shooting over in Sweden with the kids and that. It's even latest week, I think they have now suddenly a record in shootings again. It was very calm for a long time when it comes to shootings from the gangs. And it's drugs and that type of things behind it. So, but the last week, I think they have 4 or 5 shootings, 3 dead, and I don't think any one of the one that died actually was the targets. They were innocent people with no connection with that type of gangs, and I think it's even worse when you knew that it was just kids that did these things. So this world is so tragic. Let kids be kids. Let kids play like we did. And I think some generation need to stop saying that we can't learn people to behave in a certain way, because I think if you don't learn it from start, they're not gonna respect anything after that either. So yes, I remember from when I took German. Sorry for my voice. I can say it because I speak British English and it's like I like air or hair. But now North Americans don't know it. That's why they say ferry and fairy the same. Ferry and fairy. Yeah, it's the two different sounds and definitely not the same spelling, so it could be a bit confused there. But if you want to be confused over a word in Swedish, I can teach you a new one right now, and it is skål. Skål. That it could mean either cheers or a bowl. How would we interpret the vacuum energy problem is failure of quantum field bookkeeping or evidence that energy itself is not fundamental environment at the deepest level? What's your thoughts? I don't know what we're gonna do about it, but I think the whole population, no matter where we live, need to start thinking about the nature and need to start live after that. But we also need to have politicians and companies that don't work against the things that are better for everything. They need to make it easier. They need to make it cheaper and take away the sources that could damage. But sadly, the sources that they use for energy and that type of things that they earn a lot of money on is often the one that's gonna damage the whole world. So, and they gain money on that. So I think it's a very hard thing to even come through. Yes, to Brits. They typically say them different, but they say bold, and the same. Americans are opposites. Bold. Yeah. Bold and bold. I'll probably say something wrong there, and I'm gonna have Trevor screaming at me if he heard me. But lucky for me, he plays music, so he can't hear what I'm saying right now. So yeah, it's very funny with world and different languages too, and it's just that thing. Even when it comes to companies' name, like IKEA, for an example, that the most people that lives in an English-spoken country said IKEA, but IKEA is a Swedish company, and you said Kia. And I think they do it in most of the European countries too. We say IKEA, IKEA, not IKEA. And I would love to hear someone that do actually a video that is in English from a person that lives in an English-spoken country actually said IKEA for a change, because I always hear IKEA, and I'm thinking Englishmen and Americans, especially from US, they can be angry if you pronounce something wrong from their country, brands and that type of things. But when it comes to names that, for example, is from Sweden, they don't care if they say wrong. And even if you try to tell them off and say, can you please learn to say it the proper way? And they refuse, and they still continue to say it in their way. And they don't even understand that they can't claim that you're gonna say their company name in their type of accent if they don't even want to do that with my own, for an example. Du är en självfull person. Finns det en plats där du känner dig fullständigt frid och harmoni? How should I put that in English? You are a soulful person. Is there any place where you can feel fully relaxed in harmony? I should say when it's not season for it, by the water, especially ocean. Listen to the ocean, listen to the waves. But it can't be during summer times in Sweden, because then it's crowded. But if you sit there alone in the nature, and it could be a waterfall too, it works just the same. The sound of water is so relaxing and so peaceful. So I could fall asleep there too. I have done that when I was younger, and we're out on an island and I found a place where not much people during that time, and it was not season for it. So I fall asleep just listening to the waves. and it's fantastic, and that is very peaceful. And even sitting in a graveyard can be very peaceful too. I don't know why my brain's favorite Swedish word is armbåge. I never forget the word. Armbåge, for people that don't know, is elbow. That part. Armbåge. So we learn more Swedish today. See, was something else? I thought I should go on for like an hour, so we can talk for some more minutes, and then I'm probably gonna start doing something else. So, but it's really nice to see that many came here, and great people too. So I'm happy for it, and it's not been that much rude people really. A few during a time, but that makes me more happy to see that we don't have to have those people in all the time, because this makes so much better feeling even for the live stream itself. Båge is arch, so arm, arch. My brain loves it. Yeah, but we have words that can be very funny too. You have like speed bump in English. Everybody knows speed bump. In Swedish is fart, hinder, fart, hinder. And the word fart is speed, and hinder is like a fence or something, you know, when you do horse jumping and jump over. So, big hugs to you too, Countess. I'm still gonna stay for some minutes. It's around 56 minutes now, so at least 4 minutes more, so you don't have to rush yet. But you don't have to say either, so it's not that. We're just thinking that 1 hour could be enough at least. So I'm gonna see if I can do other things. I still need to redo my bubble braids, because that the rubber I used, don't remember how long back in time I did those, but the rubber have started cracking up, so I need to replace it with something else, and then that means that I might have to redo some of the past two so they look good again when I put in new rubber bands. I have bought another type this time, so I hope they're gonna stay a little better. So I guess it's just this type of rubber bands that didn't work, so because they have dried out and they cracked. First I didn't even know what it was when I was taking them. I'm thinking, what is this on the floor that is hard and like black crunchy type of things? But it was bits from the rubber band when it went in bits. Every rubber band went in small pieces and they look ridiculous. So I need to redo them, because I'm gonna wish that I'm soon gonna be able to use them too. I'm not sure I'm gonna. My hair started to go more and more blonde, so the blue is slowly disappearing totally. I don't have much blue left in it. It's very light blue for the moment. Hello, Sing. Hello, Sing. Hope you're doing fine. So I have to redo them. I'm not sure I'm gonna recolor my hair yet. It depends on if I get to work, and I hope that I can get to work before 1st of June, because that means that I could start very soon. Normally, if I had to quit myself, it's 1 month. But I know the few that have got a job now, they haven't even had to work 2 weeks. So they can start really fast on the new place. But after the 1st of June, that's going to be the official time when the company going to quit everyone. The one with the shorter time going to be renewed till they either find a job or till last of November. But I have 6 months, so that means that the whole way down is gonna be for that. So I'm gonna have to do the other thing myself too, and it's still gonna take over a month before I can start a new work then. So I'd rather get one before. So cross fingers that something gonna happen soon. Sorry to hear that thing. I hope the cat's gonna feel better. My sleep aid started to work, and the neighbor has finally quit it down, so I'm gonna try to sleep. I hope you have a good sleep then, Countess, and that the neighbor stays calm too. Is hey då, bye bye. Hey då is the wrong letter in the end. It's gonna be an O, an A with a ring over, if it should be spelled right. And yeah, it's bye bye. Yeah, that's okay. That is feel fine. I'm happy to hear that thing. You came in the end of this one, so you might have to catch up maybe later. I had already gone for soon 1 hour, so I was thinking that I'd start to finish off this live stream, because I'm gonna do other stuff too. Plus, we are eating much earlier during Sundays often, so I can't do a lot of things then. I need to be ready for it, and we're probably gonna watch something. And if if it's not a movie, we have this documentary about Billy Idol that I want to see. I don't know if the others are liking Billy Idol, but I did like him very much, at least in his earlier days too. So, yeah, you're glad you remember. So that's right. And now you spelled it right, Adam. So that's correct. So what I can see now, that is time is running out and the days goes on. So I thought I was gonna do other things, but I want to say thank you for everyone that showed up, and I hope you all stay safe, stay weird, and be nice to each other. Love you all, and thanks for watching. And don't forget, my video's going up tonight a bit earlier because it's gonna be around 45 minutes long, and it's from the graveyard, not far away from where I live. So I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe. Bye. Hej då.